Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sleepy Jazz, and today I'm going to talk some more about Khaenri'ah. Also, before we get into the video, I just wanted to say I finally got Raiden Shogun, and I got Engulfing Lightning. Boom! I knew I was going to do it. I got both, and I'm so happy. Because, if some of you don't know, I streamed when Raiden Shogun came out, like, minutes after she was released. And I didn't get her on stream, and I was super embarrassed and sad because I really thought I would. But I got her weapon and I got her. I am so happy. I am so lucky. I'm so happy. Anyway, back to the video. Now there is a lot we know about Khaenri'ah, but there's also a lot that we don't know about Khaenri'ah. But one thing we do know is that this land was deep underground of Teyvat, almost as if it wasn't really a part of Teyvat. But almost like it was like another world itself. And according to whoever said this, I don't even remember, they claimed that Khaenri'ah did not fall where a god's gaze land, or whatever they said. But the question is, if this is true, how did a god's gaze land on Khaenri'ah? How were they figured out? How were they discovered? How are they destroyed? I don't see anyone really asking this question, and I wanted to like dig into this question because I think it's very interesting. Now, I feel like I'm definitely going to get some things wrong in this video, but let's just be fair. I've slept since the last Archon quest, okay? So there's probably a bunch of stuff that I might have forgotten that was said or whatever, but please bear with me. I've slept since then. I might have forgot. Like I've said a bunch of times, Genshin lore is a lot to digest, and I have the memory equivalent to a rock. Now, of course, according to Dane Sleep and possibly every other person from Khaenri'ah, they claim that Khaenri'ah was struck first. However, some people have actually started theories that Khaenri'ah was the one that struck Teyvat
Seems like an
first.
emergency.
However, I haven't looked much into these theories because I'm really just, you know, I don't believe some theories. I mean, but I do have other reasons for not believing this theory that I'll show you actually later in the video. I don't think Khaenri'ah technically struck first. However, I do think that there was some sort of factor that they were doing that caused them to be caught by whoever caught them and was like, hey, you're not from the surface, you're a weirdo, or whatever. So it was about, I think it was yesterday I went back down here because there were some chests that I had forgotten down here. And I found this abandoned letter right here, and I read it, and it says, of course, I am keenly aware that the 4 pillars of our kingdom have achieved the prosperity that they have today, precisely thanks to us spying upon secrets from beyond the skies, and thus have our mechanisms been able to throw off the shackles imposed by this world's laws. So basically what this letter is saying is that their technology was also used to basically spy on Celestia and Teyvat and everything above land, and they did not like the heavenly principles, and they did not trust the Archons either. And the rest of the letter also reads, but that technology, it cannot be said to be perfect. The gods are untrustworthy and the demons ineffable. If there is one thing that can pry open the corners of this hollow world, then it can only be human will. To this end, if you could petition the king to allow some machinery manufactured according to the old standards to be preserved under your ministry's purview, perhaps it may light a spark under the latent wills of countless future generations to devote themselves to exploring technology. And if anything, Khaenri'ah is really known for one thing, and that would be their technology. So it seems as if they were also trying to get people to look into their technology and study more about technology, and wanting future generations to kind of follow in their lead, or their patterns, or whatever. So another thing is this note seems to point out that Khaenri'ah also seen the Archons and the unknown god and the heavenly principles as untrustworthy. They might have also saw them as a threat, hence why we have ruin guards that were apparently like farm machines or whatever, yet they can shoot, what is it, explosives at you, and they can also whack you with a hand the size of your fucking stomach, which is weird. Also, another question I have that I yet to have an answer to is how the fuck did ruin golems come out of Khaenri'ah, out this door, and into the desert? How did they get anywhere, in fact? They're huge!
Looks like the situation has changed again.
And how did they get out of the door? How did they get out of Khaenri'ah? Is there like some sort of secret entrance to Khaenri'ah that we don't know about that fits ruined golems out there? Or did they just like dig up holes in the ground and just come out of them? So not only does Khaenri'ah have big ass ruined golems and ruined guards and other mechanics that will try to tear you apart, they also seem to have some sort of underground bases scattered around Teyvat, which probably is what they were using to study the Celestia and the heavenly principles and stuff. Anyway, guys, to sum up the base of this theory, I think that Khaenri'ah seemed to feel threatened by the outside world and were caught because they were also trying to study the outside world above them. But then again, it's really hard to say, like, who specifically caught them and how the unknown god decided we need to destroy them. I feel like maybe it was just both parties felt threatened by one another. Khaenri'ah's, you know, the technical advances of Khaenri'ah, ruined golems and stuff like that. But then also you have the heavenly principles, and Khaenri'ah knew they were pretty much disobeying almost every heavenly principle possible. They didn't have a god. It was like human rule here, and they were very technologically advanced. They did not seem to stay low enough to a point where they stayed hidden. So I think the reason why they were discovered is because they were trying to study the outside world and to know more about it. And again, yes, I think that they felt threatened possibly by the outside world. They didn't like it. I think they also knew that at some point Celestia would come after them, the heavenly principles, the archons would come after them if they were ever to be found. I mean, one thing that could have happened is some innocent civilian could have been just like digging or mining or whatever and ran into one of the little bases full of technology that Khaenri'ah seems to have, and they could have been like, this is weird, I don't know anything about this. And it also probably alerted the archons because no one knew anything about the type of technology that Khaenri'ah was on. So it definitely alerted the archons, and it probably also alerted the unknown god, and the unknown god was like, destroy them. Also, to add, I feel like Khaenri'ah wouldn't have tried to completely destroy Teyvat or attack Teyvat first. I feel like they wouldn't have started a war or anything. I feel like they just wanted to know more about, you know, the heavenly principles rather than Teyvat itself. Because I think that they also wanted to stop the heavenly principles because at this point in time, it was also probably under the unknown god's rule. And as we all know, the unknown god is disliked by pretty much everyone that exists and breathes on Teyvat, besides regular civilians probably. But the archons, the abyss, Dainsleif, the traveler, everybody, one thing in common, they did not like the heavenly principles. So, but I think the archons are kind of, I guess, in a way forced, or seem to feel forced into obeying Celestia, hence why they had to go and destroy Khaenri'ah, which ended up pretty much killing off a bunch of people and stuff.
Changed again.
Then again, I could be extremely wrong here. This is just a theory. I've slept since the last quest we had with Dainsleif and everybody. But who knows? We probably won't know until later on in the game, possibly. I'm excited for another Archon quest with Dainsleif and the abyss and all that. I can't wait till we open this door. I can't wait to see what Khaenri'ah looks like. I can't wait to finally go to Khaenri'ah, but at the same time, I'm probably gonna piss myself the second I see these doors fly open.
Need me to come up.
Because if anything, Khaenri'ah and Celestia scare me. Like, you know that glitch people used to do where they'd like float up to Khaenri'ah after talking to one of the church nuns in Mondstadt, and they just like float up to Celestia back when we had that little 2D paper thin model, or is it 2D? Well, anyway, it's like a little paper thin model that we had up in the sky,
Like
and people would like glitch to it. It just made me feel so weird being like that close to the Celestia thing. Like, I don't know what it is, but like this place and Celestia, it just gives me the heebie-jeebies, you know? It's like that creepy type of places you aren't supposed to go to, but you go to that place anyway. I don't know how to explain it. Like, even if you somehow glitched and went to an island far off the map, it would give me the heebie-jeebies. I don't know why. I guess it's like such like a low texture thing. I don't know. But also going to Fontaine and being so close to the 3D model, it also just, I don't know what it is. I don't know how to explain this feeling. But anyway, that's it for this theory on Khaenri'ah and how Khaenri'ah got caught by the unknown god and destroyed. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have another theory in mind, actually. I'm gonna save it for another video. But if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!